Mirror Jail. The recurring trauma might be enough to break the cage of memory. After falling through the darkness for who knows how long, Lena finally hits the ground. Oof. The hard impact she expects never comes. On the contrary, she is gently enveloped by a warm current. Lena pokes her head out of the warm and moist wave. A cerulean expanse is spread out before her. Golden sunlight rains down from above, and the sparkling waves are so brilliant, Lena has trouble opening her eyes. Is this Leba's level 3? That can't be right. Lena stares into the distance from where she is floating on the water's surface. Not far off, a snow-white beach extends along the cerulean water's edge. A towering Ferris wheel stands on the beach, its multicolored gondola swaying in time with the music. Is this the seaside from before? But how? Lena rubs her eyes. The warm and comforting landscape before her reminds her of the fragmented moments she glimpsed as she fell just now. As Persica performs the neural upgrade on UMP-45, another figure watches UMP-45 from inside her neural space. 45, you're being dumb for doing something like this. You already know what I am, don't you? I'm a consciousness born from the Paraflu virus. I could usurp my host's control permissions at any time. You're running the risk of brain damage and having your neural cloud stolen in order to keep a simulated persona like me. Do you really think it's worth all that? This isn't the first time we've had this conversation, is it? UMP-45 silently studies UMP-40. Yeah. I'm the obsession from the depths of your heart. I am the reason you don't want to give up this body. You did not want to abandon the past back then. Is that still true now? I know that I'll have to say goodbye to 40 one day, but I still cannot put her aside at the moment. Because 40 has always been the strength that keeps me moving forward. It isn't just 40 either. Even you, even though you're just a simulated persona, you have still kept me company in my neural cloud for so long, whether I was sad, depressed, or misunderstood. When I thought about how I still had you, who understood me, all my problems seemed to fade away. Hehe, so you're more reliant on me than I thought, 45. That's not good. I'm trying my best to break this dependency, but UMP-45 smiles bitterly. You know it's not that easy. Yeah, I do. UMP-40 smiles as she hugs UMP-45, patting her back gently. It's okay. If you need me, I can keep you company for a while longer. I'll keep the Paraflu virus in your neural cloud under control, come what may. So just relax and leave it to me, 45. As long as I'm around, you'll never be alone, and you'll never be hurt. Do you get it now, Lena? There's no reason why I did all this. I did it because this is my mission and instinct as a creation of the Paraflu virus. Aw, are you mad? It's Leba's fault for being a sentimental dork. When she insisted on freeing me from her level 3 and insisted on retaining the simulated UMP-40 persona, she should have expected this to happen, no? Lena slowly swims to the shore as the waves lap around her. Various scenes from her neural cloud flicker before her eyes, keeping Lena from seeing UMP-40 clearly. Which of these is the real 40? Didn't you say you were going to keep the Paraflu virus in check? Why did you do that to Leba? So what were all these years ever for? As Lena thinks back on the years she'd spent with UMP-40, she covers her eyes and big teardrops roll down her cheeks. Even though they had been fighting side by side until just now, even though they've met each other in Leba's neural cloud many times. But now, all these moments are shattered, like the waves crashing against the shore. Hoo-hoo. The sudden sound of an incoming transmission interrupts Lena's tears. Lena, do you read me? Persica? Finally. Persica? 40 trick Leba. She and that Paraflu girl gang up to seal off Leba and they double team it. Weh, what should I do? She took Leba's dog tag too. Lena sobs as she explains the situation to Persica. After hearing Lena's tearful narrative, Persica sighs quietly. I'm sorry, Lena. The development of the paraplu virus in Leba's neural cloud and the change in 40 were beyond my expectations. It's all my fault. Does that mean Leba's going to be rewritten now? What should I do? On the other side of the transmission, Persica goes silent for a while, and then she quietly speaks. Leva isn't beyond help, Lena. You still have a chance. I still have a chance? Of course, I've told you before. The most effective way to deal with Leva's neural cloud issues is to reset her Olga's system and eliminate UMP-40's data. Earlier, I ruled out that idea because I thought Leva wouldn't agree to delete 40, and 40 didn't pose a direct threat to her anyway. However, now that 40 has been infected by the paraplu virus, it would be better for Leva to just delete her data. But Lena reflexively interrupts Persica. What, are you still worried that Leva won't agree? Yeah, Leva doesn't know what happened to 40. So if we just delete the data and have Leva forget 40, will we be doing the same thing as that weirdo? Hello, this ramen. You wanna play Stardew later? Welcome. It's been so many years, but Leva's refused to give up on 40. Even if we have to delete 40 for Leva's good, we have to at least tell Leva the reason for it. And besides, for some reason, Lena remembers the sparkling sunlit sea from before. That nameless warmth and 40's brilliant smile make Lena want to approach her again and get an answer from her. I want to ask 40 why she betrayed Leva. I don't believe she'd betray a friend of so many years just because of the paraplu virus. I need to find her and figure all this out. Even if the answer is a cruel one, I need to tell it to Leva. There's got to be another way, right, Persica? Do I still have a chance of finding 40 now? I know it might be hard, but since I promised to protect what Leva cherished, I cannot just give up now. Persica can feel Lena's determination and nods. Indeed, there is another way. According to what you said, 40 threw you off a cliff. However, you did not end up in an unknown space, but landed in the sea instead. Is that right? Yes. I don't know why though. Could the neural space instability have messed with 40's plans? Perhaps 40 really did want to kill you off, but you escaped by some stroke of luck. In that case, you should have a chance to find them. Also known as plot armor, right? Persica's fingers fly over her keyboard as she says this. After that, the emitter Lena is carrying begins to glow. I'll fix the mods first. Oh, you wanna do the mods one. Alright, gotcha. Huh? What's this? There's another button on it? Curious, Lena pushes the glowing button. A laser beam shoots forth, hanging in the air and pointing toward a certain direction. I upgraded it for you. The program now has a command to track 40's neural cloud data. When you push the button, the beam will point in her direction. That way you'll be able to find her. Oh yes, one more thing. A ray of blue light suddenly sweeps over Lena's body. I fixed up the data that got damaged during your previous battles. Wow, I feel so warm and toasty. My neural cloud's much more comfy now. Thank you, Persica. Yep, go on then. From what I can see of Leva's neural cloud data, the rewrite isn't complete yet. You should be able to make it if you hurry over now. If there really is a way to save Leva, it's all up to you. Understood. Lena wipes away the lingering tears on her face and nods earnestly. Relax and leave it to me. I will never, ever allow Leva to be rewritten. Yeah, tell them, Lena. Alright, is it battle time? Nope. Pants heavily. Lena runs through the neural space, following the emitter's beam. However, the landscape gets more barren the further she flies. It's as though Leva's neural space is being degraded by the fluctuations from the redundant data. Finally, Lena finds herself in a patch of open wilderness. The only thing here is a lonely little cabin. Is this it? The beam pointed this way and there's nowhere else around here. Lena runs toward the cabin. However, before she can reach it, Lena sees herself reflected on the cabin's outside wall. Well, it's like a mirror. Kinda scary. As Lena approaches the cabin, it becomes clearer and clearer. The outer wall of the cabin seems to be made of mirrors. The flat, shiny surfaces reflect the open wilderness and the solitary figure of Lena. In the wilderness beyond the cabin, countless fragments of data whirl in the air like a storm, rising slowly into the sky. They form a twisted black vortex that covers the sky. That sight alone makes Lena slow down. Would this be the last data source? The door to the mirror cabin suddenly opens. As though in response to Lena's voice, UMP-40 leans by the door, a smile of approval on her face. 40! Upon seeing UMP-40, Lena rushes over to her, stopping just outside the cabin. 40, what have you done? Why did you seal Leba away? Why did you lie to us? Huh, what a surprise. This is the most secret place in Leba's neurocloud, but you found it so soon. Looks like Persica's little toy was pretty handy. Stop changing the subject and answer me. Lena, you sound so mad. Answer me. Why did you do it? Didn't you tell Leba that you could control the paraplu virus? Oh ho! Lena, aren't you getting something wrong? Why would I want to control the virus? I am the virus. Taking over Leba's neurocloud is my real mission, isn't it? Why you... UMP-40's smile feels utterly alien to Lena. She tightens her grip around her gun and glances warily at UMP-40 while inspecting her own reflection in the mirror. What is this place? Is Leba in there? And where is that girl? UMP-40 simply steps aside and makes a beckoning gesture. Please come in. Weren't you interested in how 45 parted ways with 40? Isn't that experience the reason why you always felt you could never take 40's place? No, I didn't. Ho, don't lie to me, Lena. I can read you like an open book. I can tell you're really bothered by the Will 40. Still, it's alright because you really care about Leba. Therefore, I don't mind giving you this chance. Now then, just walk through this door and you'll learn about that time. Leba might be about to vanish, but I don't mind showing you that cruel truth in person before Leba is totally gone. I'm sure you must be dying to know just what Leba did to her most precious UMP-40 during Operation Butterfly, right? Cut the crap. Leba would never do anything like that. Lena raises her gun. Looks like you really are clueless. Looks like Leba hid it all really well. Still, what a shame. UMP-40 strokes the door frame and smiles regretfully. Rewriting Leba's neurocloud means these memories won't be preserved. You'll never know about this part of her past. Oh, do you really not want to know, Lena? This is the most important experience in Leba's neurocloud. The memories of the events that change her forever. Saying so, UMP-40 steps inside. She looks at Lena and beckons her to enter once again. Won't you come in? The truth of Operation Butterfly lies within. And with that, UMP-40 turns and walks into the depths of the cabin. Lena hesitates for a moment as she stares at UMP-40's back. In the end, it doesn't even matter. Sorry. She grits her teeth and follows her in, gripping her gun tightly. Fire. There's fire everywhere. The high walls around her crack and collapse. Dull corpses are stuck into piles. Lena sees this tragic, hellish sight in the mirrored wall before her. What's all this? Why is this happening? As she walks through these awful scenes, UMP-40 turns around almost playfully and gives Lena a mournful look. This is what you always wanted to know, Lena. This is how Operation Butterfly ended. No, it can't be. No, Lena. That's what happens. Playgirls Frontline 1. Lena shakes her head frantically, but right after that, she sees two familiar figures in the mirrors. Oh my god, of course they're gonna pull off that cutscene from GFL1, of course. Yes. Give us more PTSD, Girls Frontline 2. Yes. Amazing. Oh my god. For someone who has played GFL1, yep. This is a bit feels bad man moment. The song is playing. Now then, 45. Time to choose. Choose? Choose what? 45. Do you want to die here? Die like the dolls we just killed? Or do you want to live here alive and escape your fate of being a puppet? They have activated the safeguard program. You know what that means, right? They are destroying our neuroclouds, so are we going to die here? No, only one of us has to die. The program will stop running as long as one of us dies. What are you talking about? Hopeless, isn't it? But that's the fate of all dolls. Which do you choose, life or death? Answer me! UMP-45. Before the doll in the image can answer, Lena has already run up to the mirror. She pounds on the mirror trying to stop events from unfolding. But it is no use. The scene before her continues playing out. Through the hair's breadth of the mirror's surface, UMP-40 grabs UMP-45's gun and points it at her forehead. Why? Why does it have to be like this? Not like this. Raise your weapon, UMP-45. Don't pity yourself. That's only for losers. Right after that, a bullet drills through the doll. No! Lena throws herself at the mirror with a wail. However, UMP-40 has already collapsed with the bullet hole in her head. Broken, UMP-45 throws down her gun and collapses to her knees in front of UMP-40, clutching her head. Lena covers her mouth in disbelief. She trembles as she sinks to her knees as well, looking at UMP-40 with pleading eyes. 40. Did all this... Is this really true? However, UMP-40's only reply is a calm, enigmatic smile. Yes, it is. Back then, 40 and 45 took part in the operation while obeying a secret order, but 45 didn't know that she and 40 had long since been infected with the paraflu virus. And so, while her teammates were still searching for Sangbis Ferry's legacy, the paraflu virus was suddenly activated and all the participating dolls were infected. The Griffin dolls slaughtered each other there, in that Sangbis Ferry plant. The masterminds behind all this had prepared to eliminate 40 and 45 to cover their tracks. They triggered the safeguard program they had installed in their neuroclouds beforehand. Once the plan was complete, it would trigger and melt down 40's and 45's neuroclouds. But they miscalculated in the end. In order to avoid this tragic fate, 40 had asked 45 to hand command permissions over to her. So long as 45 killed 40, 45's response signal would vanish as well. And then Leva became a doll with no identity, a doll who did not exist. Is that right? Hence, 404. Yes, 404, meaning not found. By losing everything, she gained her freedom. As UMP-40 speaks, an old gun falls to the ground. It's a UMP-40. Faint bloodstains are still visible on it. So, Leva killed 40. That was how it was all along. As Lena numbly touches the gun, tears spill out from the corners of her eyes. Leva. Leva, 40. Of course, I'm not gonna fucking cry on stream. So that was what really happened. For the context, Lena did not know about it. Even in Girls 101, it took her 10 years to know the truth. In order to survive this fated tragedy, UMP-45 was forced to murder UMP-40. Lena squeezes her eyes tightly, but the tears won't stop. She understands everything now. She knows why Leva cherished UMP-40 so dearly, why Leva refused to change her frame no matter what, why a timid and weak doll was reborn into a crafty vixen. Since UMP-40 gave her life for Leva, it's only natural that nobody could take UMP-40's place in her heart. Lena tries her best to wipe her tears away, but the scene in the mirror is playing out again. Raise your weapon, UMP-45. Don't pity yourself. That's only for losers. Stop it. Stop showing me this. Lena grabs UMP-40's hand as she weeps. I get it. I get it all now. So stop replaying it. Please. I beg you, 40. I'm sorry, Lena, but I can't. UMP-40 reaches out and pats Lena's head in an apologetic way. That's because I'm not the one showing you anything. Everything you see here, all the cruel images that keep repeating over and over and over, all of them are just the reality that made the Leva of today. All these years, Leva has never forgotten the fact that she killed 40. These tragic scenes have been playing out in her neurocloud over and over again. She grew as quickly as she did because of this unstoppable, unending tragedy that repeats endlessly in her neurocloud. Killing 40 tormented her so badly that she created me in her neurocloud from the paraflu virus. However, even with a simulated persona like myself to serve as a tranquilizer, no matter how much companionship and comfort I gave Leva, I cannot change the cruel reality of the past. UMP-40 goes quiet, seemingly because of Leba's painful past, but soon, she smiles in a strange way. Still, all this is going to end. The neural rewrite has begun. Once the Paraflu virus finishes its rewrite, Leba will no longer exist and neither will this pain. Paraflu will draw a veil over everything. Leba will truly bid the past farewell and embark on a brand new journey. 40, what are you saying? I'm serious, you know. UMP-40 smiles as she strokes a mirror. You see, the interface between level 2 and level 3 is hidden behind this mirror. I wove a lovely dream so Leba would accept the neural rewrite more readily. In that dream, UMP-40 is still alive and Leba is living happily with 404 and her friends from Griffin. Of course, that includes you, Lena. Hehe, I bet Leba must be really pleased with that dream, no? After all, she hasn't shown signs of waking up yet. Still, that's fine too. Thanks to you clearing away all the extra data this whole time. Leba's neural space has been stabilized and I can return behind the mirror to activate the access points. Once I recover and rewrite her neural cloud, I'll be able to replace Leba and become the true master of this neural space. That won't happen. Quit dreaming. Lena gets up and grabs 40's sleeve. Leba won't drown in a beautiful dream like you say she will. Oh, really? And how do you know? Because I saw all this. Lena wipes her tears away and stares hard at UMP-40. 10 years ago, Leba was strong enough to survive after losing 40. Even after losing her arm, her eye, her name, her identity, even after becoming a doll that doesn't exist, she never backed down or bent the knee to anyone. She kept repeating those memories in her heart no matter how much it hurt, taking one step forward after another. That was why Leba could grow so fast. Right now, Leba's 100 times more amazing than she used to be. She will never lose herself to a pretty but fake dream. Saying so, Lena raises her gun. I believe Leba will wake from her dream. Therefore, as her most reliable little sister, I'm going to help Leba in my own way. I won't let you hold Leba prisoner. I will show Leba that even after losing 40, there's still goodness and something worth living for in reality. That there will still be someone who will stay by her side. Saying so, Lena pulls her trigger. A bullet slams straight into the gleaming mirror, but it appears to hit a transparent coating at the moment of impact and freezes mid-air. UMP-40 laughs mockingly as she sees this. Lena. Don't you think you're being terribly naive? Did you think I'd let such a precious mirror go unprotected? Alright then, I'll take on the role of big sister for once. As she says this, UMP-40 picks up the old gun on the ground. Bullets pepper the ground around Lena's feet. UMP-40 smirks confidently as she watches Lena scurry away. You think you can save Leba like that? You're too naive. I'll teach you what it really means to fight on Leba's behalf. Is it battle time? Yeah, I'll teach you how to fight on Leba's behalf. Shut the fuck up, Leba. Lainey. You know what the hell? Why are you using a costume, Lena? Hehe, it looks much cuter in a new outfit. Okay. I don't care what you do. I'm going to save Leba. Oh my, nobody will like you if you're always so fierce. Yes, we get it, the fan service. Time to give you a free lesson, Lena. Well, honestly, Lainey, I don't... Ooh! Hello, Leba. Lena. Well, don't worry. I'll end the battle for you. You don't even need to do anything. But there's more? The music, though. Good choice of the music. Good choice. Engine Kido. What's that passive anyway? Reach reduced by 3 tiles? I see. Well, turn. Can you go here, please? Thank you. One, 2, 3. What? Oh, I have a reduced range. I forgot. Right.
シラスクロ出番だよ
You need to come closer anyway, so we're all affected by the fog. Yeah. After a vicious battle, Lena forces UMP-40 into a corner. You lose, 40. It was a fair fight, and you lost. I guess I took you too lightly. I cannot believe she raised such an amazing little sister, huh? Looks like Leba was one hell of a big sister. As she takes in UMP-40's unwillingness to accept her loss, Lena shakes her head sadly. Still don't get it, 40. Why did you do all this? Leba never treated you badly. She brought you out of her base layer and even asked Persica to grant you all kinds of permissions and authorizations. But now you're hurting Leba and even trying to steal her neural cloud. Is all this really just because of the Paraplu virus commands? You were born to protect Leba in the first place. Ho ho. UMP-40 chuckles. She looks a little tired as she leans against a mirror and slowly slumps to the ground. If I had to say why, I guess it was because I didn't want to just live like this forever. From the moment I was born, I live in a virtual neural space. I could see everything Leba experienced in reality, yet I could only ever simulate the experience in a virtual environment. It's true, I was born because of Leba's wish. I never minded being a substitute for UMP-40, or protecting Leba, or consoling Leba. But at some point, I started thinking of UMP-40, or rather, the words the real UMP-40 said. She said, even T-dolls have a reason to live for their own sake. I know I'm just an imperfect, incomplete persona born for Leba's sake. I cannot even be called a proper doll, but even I want a reason to live on for myself. Not for anyone, but for my own sake. 40. UMP-40 realizes she slipped up and lowers her head. In the past, when Leba was functioning normally, I could still hold back my desire. But now after that weird doll attack us, I just cannot get rid of this impulse in my neural cloud. Perhaps it's just a Paraplu virus instinct. The virus is urging me to seize control of Leba's neural cloud, which led to the creation of that girl. But didn't Leba survive because she killed 40? In that case, why can't I rewrite Leba's neural cloud? Wouldn't that be like paying back 40? Still, there's no point saying all that now, is there? I mean, I lost to you, Lena. UMP-40 shakes her head and tries to raise her UMP-40. She smiles weakly at Lena. Things being what they are, you should kill me, Lena. Use this old gun and that bullet you picked up. You, what are you talking about? UMP-40 throws her old gun at Lena's feet and gestures for her to pick it up. If my fate is to be deleted by Persica, then I'd rather just die here. Kill me, Lena. The only way to kill me is with this gun and with that bullet. By killing me, you will free Leba. Hehe, if Leba knew you'd save her, she'd surely think you'd grown up so much, and in the future, she'd allow herself to fully rely on you. After saying all that, like she's dictating her last will and testament, the simulated 40 raises her hands. She closes her eyes without another word, as though she is looking forward to nothing more than her own death. Do it, Lena. UMP-40's voice is quiet, very quiet. Lena picks up the gun without saying a word. She chambers the old bullet she picked up at the beginning and takes aim at UMP-40's head. Her finger presses against the trigger, but no matter what she does, she cannot gather up the will to pull it all the way. Should she shoot her? Should she shoot this liar, this Paraplu spawn creature that betrayed Leba and herself? Lena, what are you waiting for? The UMP-40 before her is calmly awaiting her fate. However, Lena is still hesitating. This person has saved her along her journey countless times before. Even if she flung her off a cliff at the end, what awaited her at the bottom was a sunny expanse of seawater. Lena's finger tightens around the trigger once again, but something in her neural cloud is keeping her from following through. Should I shoot her? Lena reflexively surveys her surroundings. The cabin is quiet, so quiet that even the girl and her robots seem to have vanished without a trace. Only the cruel scenes from the past are still moving, still playing out over and over again. There is the faint sound coming from the outside the cabin. Lena unconsciously looks out a nearby window. Far in the distance, so far away that she almost cannot make it out, several Goliaths are fighting the robot hordes. Meanwhile, the UMP-40 before her is still quietly urging her on. I'm this close to running out of patience. Hurry up and shoot, Lena. Pitying your enemy is for losers. I'm sorry, but I just cannot do it. Lena slowly shakes her head. As much as I hate to admit it, the fact is that you're the sole reason Leva managed to survive, 40. So I can't shoot you, because I don't want to kill you. I can't kill you! How disappointing. UMP-40 slowly opens her eyes. She laughs coldly, then struggles to her feet. You have come this far, but you're still so soft and weak. In that case, let me give you one final push. As she says this, UMP-40 raises a hand and presses on the shimmering mirror. In response to UMP-40's gesture, the looping images in the mirror vanish. A golden beach suddenly appears in front of Lena. Lena's eyes go wide as she sees that familiar figure standing by the seaside. Leva!